So the question is, multi-sig, is it worth it? I'm only asking this for curiosity because I'm close to one Bitcoin. Some people have said that it's more of a headache, more complicated than anything else. I don't even know where to start. So I don't think multi-sig is worth it unless you're like Michael Saylor and you're running, a big company that is holding Bitcoin. Then I think for most people, for 99% of people, single sig with a passphrase is all the security you'll ever need for the rest of your life, ever, with Bitcoin. Now, with multi sig, the problem is that people lock themselves out of their multi sig wallets because they lose some of the passphrases, or excuse me, the seed phrases. If you have a 2 of 3 multi sig setup, which is maybe the most common approach, if you lose 2 of those seed phrases, then you've lost your wallet, right? So you have 3 seed phrases, and each seed phrase can be 12 or either 24 words. So that's a lot of like each seed phrase you need to back up, right? You need to have it securely backed up. And let's say you make 3 backups of each seed phrase. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. So that's 9 physical backups of a seed phrase that you need to make for a multi-sig wallet. Now, as one person, like that's a lot to manage and maintain. And then each of those physical backups, you need to distribute to different geographic regions, right? That's the point of making physical backups. There's no point in physical backups if you keep them all in your house. So you make 9 physical backups, you distribute them to different geographic regions, and yeah, that's just like just thinking about that. There's so much mental stress and like mental encumbrance that comes with that. It's kind of like owning a Lamborghini. Like as soon as you buy a Lamborghini, you're always thinking about it. You're thinking like, oh, is this guy gonna scratch it? Did this guy walk too close to it? Did a pebble hit it? Sort of the same thing with multi-sig backups, and it's a lot to maintain, and that's not even accounting for or considering if you apply a passphrase to one or more of those seed phrases. So potentially, let's say you apply a passphrase, or excuse me, yeah, passphrase to each of the seed phrases. So 3 times 3 is 9. Times that by 2. Well, now you have, or excuse me, you have 3 seed phrases and then 3 passphrases on top of that. So then you have 9 physical backups plus 3 passphrases that you need to back up. So that's at least 12 forms of backups that you need. So just even talking about it is giving me a migraine. It's there's the best security is to have something very simple that's easy to follow, that's straightforward. That's why we say KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Um, and there's also a good quote from I forget who said it, but um, he says that complexity is the enemy of security. Okay, and what that's alluding to is kind of what I was just touching on, which is that the more complex your security setup to your Bitcoin wallet is, the greater increased risk of you locking yourself out of your wallet. You can even have this problem with a multi-sig wallet. Like for example, instead of just like writing down your seed phrase with a single sig wallet and back like or stamping it into metal, people come up with systems like, even I was thinking this way when I first got into Bitcoin. Like people think of systems like, okay, let me create like a substitution cipher where each letter of the seed word is a number, and each number is like a page in a book that is my favorite book or something like that. And then you go and try and re-import your wallet on another hardware wallet or something, and you forgot how to do it, or it doesn't work, and then you're screwed. You've lost all your Bitcoin. So no, I don't think multi-sig is worth it unless you're actually collaborating with other people and you want to collectively hold Bitcoin together. That's when I would use multi-sig. Even if I was like a very, even if I was like in my retirement, I was a doctor and I was passing on my legacy to my 5 kids and my wife, and I wanted to make sure they had all of my Bitcoin in the future, I still would use single sig with a passphrase. So single sig with a passphrase, you have one seed phrase and one passphrase. That's it. And you need both of those to unlock your wallet. That is the most simple and straightforward approach to Bitcoin security. Some people say that you don't even need a passphrase. I think a passphrase is good to have because if you do something wrong and you lose or you expose your seed phrase, somehow, say you fall for a scam or something happens, your 12 seed words become exposed, well, your Bitcoin is still protected because they would need also the passphrase to access your wallet. Just the seed words alone won't do anything. That's one wallet. The seed phrase is one wallet, and you apply the passphrase, and that creates a entirely separate and distinct wallet from the 12 seed words. So I think for 99% of people, just go with singlesig and add a passphrase to it. The other benefit with singlesig is that with singlesig, you can choose 12 seed words, which is all the security you need. And you shouldn't rely on memorizing your seed phrase alone. But with singlesig and a passphrase, it's very easy to memorize and commit to memory. Again, committing to memory is just supplementary to your actual physical backups, right? You shouldn't just only memorize your seed phrase and passphrase. But if you ever need to like travel somewhere or you don't have your hardware wallet on you or something, also like it costs nothing and it takes only a few seconds to mentally recite your seed phrase, your 12 seed words, and your passphrase. Do it once every day, once every other day, once a month. It's not that difficult. I like to, when I think about like my seed words, for example, I'll group them into groups of like 3 or 4, and that just makes it sort of easier to memorize. So yeah, imagine trying to do that with a multi-sig setup where you have 3 seed phrases, potentially 3 times 24 words. Yeah, I'd say you're never gonna fully commit that to memory, okay? Don't even consider adding a passphrase to those and trying to memorize that. So go with a single sig and a passphrase. And as long as you follow best practices for private key management, you'll have no issues. So let me know what you think.